And welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm riding the King Bull Rover 2.0. It's a full suspension 48 volt 750 watt motor e-bike with a 15 amp hour battery. On this video I want to talk about buying an e-bike. And when, I get asked this a lot, when is the best time to buy an e-bike? And my answer is always the same, and that is Black Friday. Black Friday is the best time to buy an e-bike. There's good and bad with buying on Black Friday. Okay, first of all, let's tell you the negative, and I think you probably figured this out already. And that is, depending on your location, and for a lot of people, it's cold weather. There might even be snow on the ground, frost. It's just too cold to ride for you. So the downside is you may not get to ride your bike when you get it because of the time of year. But the plus side is the best deals are there to be had. And the reason why that is because the competition, every company pretty much gets in on it. If you don't, then you're going to miss out on sales, right? So you have to compete with your fellow e-bike companies to try to sell bikes, basically, right? So that makes good for consumer. It makes a good it's a good situation for the consumer because we get choices. So if we don't like company A's offer or sale on a bike, we can go to company B, right? That might have a similar bike and save you $200 or something like that. So the other thing I would say about Black Friday is the amount of money you're going to save. Well, there's no real guarantee how much you'll save, but generally you'll save 20 to 30%, which is quite a bit of money. Let's say you're buying a bike, and a lot of bikes are in that $1,000 to $2,000 range for the kind of the lower end bike, right? Like a budget friendly beginner bike to something a little bit more than that, maybe. So let's split it in half and say $1,500. If you save 30% of $1,500, I mean, that's $450, right? So that gets the bike down to just $1,050. That's a great savings. So if you get something like that, even 20% would be $300 off. So that's why I always suggest Black Friday, because the deals are going to be there. I would caution, for anybody that's looking for the best prices on the bike, I would caution some of the companies, and some of the big name companies are doing this, and one I can tell you that does it probably more than anybody else that I've seen, and that's Electric. Be careful on them, because what they do is they have this down pretty good, they throw in accessories. So they'll say you're going to save $300 or $400 on a bike, when really they're throwing in the accessories. And a lot of times the accessories may not be accessories that you're even interested in. Personally, I want the bike to be as low price as I can get it. I don't want to have accessories thrown at me to entice me to buy the bike. I'd rather have the price dropped. So be careful of that. If you're not interested in the accessories, if you're like me and you'd rather just pick your own accessories, maybe you have no interest in a bike pump or a bike lock or whatever else they're offering. get by this intersection here. There's always cars in the bike lane here, so got to go around this guy. And yes, that's illegally parked in the state of Tennessee. You cannot park in the bike lane, but he is there. So yeah, look for deals for Black Friday. Now you're going to ask, next question would be, when do these sales actually start? Well, generally they are basically from November 1st on, but sometimes what'll happen is some companies will try to jump the gun and get ahead of it, and I think there's a few that might even be doing it right now. And I know King Bull has the Halloween sale, and there might be some other companies too that have Halloween sales going on right now. Like King Bull has, like, if you buy 2 bikes, you can save $250, which is pretty nice. But like I say, I still think the best deals are to come. So basically it's July, or not July, it's November the 1st is the time when a lot of companies will start doing their Black Friday sale. And the stretch for the best deals of all would be the week leading up to Black Friday. So look for that week leading up to Black Friday as being the big, as good a price drop as they're going to give you. So look for that. And like I say, be careful of the ones that are offering accessories. So they're adding the accessory price to the bike, right? Whatever the accessories are priced at, and then they're saying you save this much money. But when in fact you're not saving a dime on the bike, you're saving on the accessories. Like I say, you may not even want the accessories. I want to be able to pick and choose what accessories I want. I don't want them bundled in my bike. I'd rather save the money. And I know companies are doing that, and I know one that's the biggest seller in the US, the Electric, does that. And I don't know how many people they get that go for that because of that. They see that there's a $350 savings, and they say, wow, I got to jump on this. Folks, you're not saving on the bike, you're saving on the accessories. And a lot of times, accessories will be ones that they're overstocked, so they want to get rid of them anyway. I'm not saying this is in the case of Electric, but that's what will happen. And I should mention too that the bikes that you're going to get the best discount on are usually a little bit older models, because new ones will be coming in and they're trying to get rid of the old stock, old inventory. But that's okay. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I would take whatever's a good deal, especially your first bike. Look for a nice deal to get into it, you know, and sometimes it takes a bike or two to figure out what exactly you want. And it took me one bike to know what I wanted on my second bike, and then away I go. You know, I knew what I wanted. And that was, I wanted a hill climber, something that could climb hills. So depending on your location and what you've got there for your roads and streets and trails, if you've got hills, look for a bike that has a little more torque, a little more power and torque. If you're mostly on flat, like a lot of it is here, you don't have to worry about that. Just compare the bikes, read reviews or watch video on reviews, and kind of take some reviews with a grain of salt, because some of them are just trying to sell you the bike. They're not actually giving you the true and honest review. I can tell you, when I review a bike, you're not only going to hear my review on it and what I think of it, and I'm just like a regular Joe. I'm not no expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I just tell you what it's like for me riding. And the other thing with myself is you won't just see me talk about the bike and then that's it. I'll ride it lots of times. Like, I'm going to hop off this bike here and show you. I've been riding this bike a lot lately because I really like it. It's the King Bull Rover 2.0 right there. But a lot of times a reviewer will review the bike, you'll see it, the video, and then you'll never see the bike again. They'll, you know, they just have a one-off. They review the bike, and they probably sell the bike off because they get too many of them. But I like to ride the bikes. I don't think it's fair to the company if they send you a bike, and I just don't want to do that. I want to ride the bike. You know, if I'm getting it, I want to give it a good try. And I don't think on one video and one ride you can really tell a lot. You do have to ride it multiple times to really get the feel and get to know the bike better. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. And so just be careful out there buying your bike and accessories. I would pick and choose. I would probably, for me, I know I would, I'd want to lower the price on the bike. Forget the accessories. I can buy those myself, pick and choose whatever I want. I don't want them bundled in and telling me that I'm saving $300-400 on accessories when most of those accessories, if not all of them, I don't even want to use, or, you know, I'll pick my own. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this video or any others that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. And once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe, everyone. And as always, keep your wheels on the road. See you later.